So we will talk about chi-square test and the non-response bias. Response means that the questionnaire you send to the participant and they respond or they do not respond or did not respond your questionnaire. So we have called non-response bias test. So, okay, this is for chi-square test. That's it. So we like to measuring the chi-square test in business research. Sometimes we need help. Of course, you help. You just need to pay 5 cents. Pay 5 cents to Lucy. She can help you to solve your chi-square test problem. Okay, scroll down. Okay, problem with the categorical data. Okay. Because the brains, as you can see on the slide here, we have brain, we have gender, we have educational label, right? So we have category, because it's category, so we have to count the number. How many female in your data? We have to count the number. We have how many male in your data set. We have to count the number, right? So we have to count the education level. How many participant has or college level, or how many participant has master degree level. Okay, something like that. So we have to count number. So as we call it categorical or nominal data, as you can see, we cannot average, right? When you have category data, you cannot average, you just can count or sort. We cannot calculate the average or the mean of the data. So we can count it. So we need a table like this one. It's called cross tabulation. This table is quite similar to the Excel. You know, a lot of people like to use Excel to create table with column and rows, right? Column and rows. And we also have practice to create table about the frequency of gender, right? We calculate how many male or female in the data set. We use the frequency table. If you forget, let me show you how to do that again. We just switch back to the JASP, right? JASP here. Now JASP, then we will create a call descriptive. You see that? Descriptive. And then I only select the gender. I put the gender to the variable here. And under the button tables, you will find a frequency table, right? You see? So it's kind of a frequency table. We can count the categorical variable called gender. So we have male about 201, around 60% of total data set. And we have female about 133, around 39%, 39.8% of total. Okay, so that's the count of the categorical data. So we have rows. For example, we have row education label. We have column. We have survey return period. Just showing here stage of data collection. Return period 1 or return period 2. Stage 1 or stage 2. Okay, so inside the grid means the cell, cell, or Excel cell. Okay, the cell or the grid is called observed counts. It's called observed counts. Two more mission. So we need to understand the distribution to see how data fall into the category quickly. So this the first mission to understand the distribution, and also we need to test the independence of two variables. Okay. For example, variable A influence variable B. Just I show you on the whiteboard here, X and Y. So we can test the independence or the association between the variable A or variable B or X and the Y. So turn into more specific, does educational label affect when people returns a survey? When people return a survey, so educational label is categorical cut, right? So this is X. X is called educational label, and when people returns a survey is Y, also is categorical. Stage 1 or stage 2. So kappa, we can test the independence or association between two variables. Okay. Now let's talk about hypothesis testing. Now, for the chi-square test, t-test, ANOVA, regression or correlation analysis, usually we will relate it to the hypothesis testing. We have hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 0. It's when you learn the basic statistics, you learn hypothesis 0 or hypothesis A or hypothesis 1 alternative. Okay, now this idea is quite important for all of you. So take a look in here. We have X0 hypothesis testing. Okay, what's the difference between hypothesis 1 and hypothesis 0? Ulix. Traditionally, about hypothesis testing, what's the difference between hypothesis 0 and hypothesis 1? Or hypothesis alternative, what's the difference? Opposite. Yeah, sure, it's opposite. Yeah, alright, you're right. Yeah. The biggest difference? Yeah, it's opposite. So just that you have answered. No. Let me know. Hypothesis 1, hypothesis 0. Mindy, you seem so tired. What's wrong? Huh? You got through. I'll take a break. Would you like to go back to? It's okay? Okay, take care. How are you? Hypothesis 0, hypothesis 1? What's the difference? Hypothesis 0, hypothesis 1 is very best one, but we apply into all research, including your research project. What's the difference? Anyone can help me? Carly, do you have an answer? No. You have? Good. I'm waiting for you. 0 is what? Population? And H1 is sample? Not even close, but good guess. It's a good guess. What else? No, no. How about you? Hypothesis 0, hypothesis 1? I have learned it before, but it's so hard to explain that. So hard. Yes? Okay. Okay. Let me make it easy for you. Okay, that's the big difference. Okay, when you talk about zero, actually as zero, it means there's no difference. Zero means nothing, right? Zero means nothing, no difference, no relationship. Please, okay. One, of course, there's difference or there's relationship. Please keep in mind. Okay, zero, nothing. Nothing, no difference or no relationship. One, at least one, right? There's difference, there's relationship. Okay? This golden rule for all of you is easy to remember. Okay? Good. So can you see that? No hypothesis, zero. Assumption of no relationship. You see that? You see that? No relationship here. There is a relationship. You see that? H1, there is a relationship. So, you already have the answer on the screen. Got it? Good. Oh, this is a nightmare. Called type 1 error, type 2 error. Wow, this one is tough. Have you ever learned that before? In statistics course about type 1 error and type 2 error. Okay. Okay, type 1 error. Rejecting a true null hypothesis. That's by definition. By definition for type 1. Rejecting true hypothesis. Okay. Let me ask you one again. I have two hypotheses here. Null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Which one do you like to reject? Let me ask you again. I have two hypotheses here. Null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Which one do I want to reject? Jason, which one do I want to reject? I heard somebody tell me H what? One, you say we want to reject hypothesis one. So want to reject this one? Reject hypothesis one is your answer, right? Anyone have different opinion? Felix, how about you? Which one would you like to reject? The null hypothesis H0 or alternative hypothesis for H1? Huh? You want to reject H1? Okay. 2 votes. 2 votes. How about yours? Anyone? 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 How about Annie? How about Julie? How about you? Do you want to reject H1 or H0? Not so sure. Really? Oh, it's so hard. Why make it so hard to make a decision to reject hypothesis 1 or hypothesis 0? You are so afraid to tell me the truth. You're so afraid to tell me the truth. Okay. Okay. Some people say reject this one. Some people say reject no hypothesis. Usually, we will say only this way. You will say reject no hypothesis or do not reject no hypothesis. Only this kind of description. Okay? Because our time is up, I'll stop here. Okay? Reject no hypothesis or do not reject no hypothesis. I'll see you next week. Okay? That's it. So happy.